I got it right on the first time. It just wasn't recording on one. Welcome back to Rewind with bschwitty, because Noriyuki Morita was nominated for an Academy Award for his performance. Ralph Macchio showed up. Welcome back to Rewind, to Season 3. It's Season 3, and I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. 2 years ago, we started Season 2 of Rewind, and I had such big ideas for it. I was into it and having fun, doing well. And then my uncle passed away, and I kind of lost the creative juices. I lost my mojo. And then 2020 happened, and 2020 kind of sucked. Did it not? I'm pretty sure it sucked. Things happened. I left midnight. All my love to my friends and former coworkers back there. And then the coronavirus, it hit. I was in a funk. Everything is just kind of 2020. I didn't have the creative juices, but I was isolated for a little while, and I finally, I started thinking I should start doing something again. Rewind's just sitting there, and here it is. Here, 2021, we have Rewind. We're gonna hit it hard this February. We're gonna do 5 episodes a week, Monday through Friday. There should be a new explainer video on the channel about what we're doing. And I've entered a continuing education program for a winemaking certificate. I bottled my Tanat last month. I'm feeling better, feeling healthier too. First half of 2020 was the lack of doing anything anywhere catches up with you, doesn't it? Yeah, so I'm feeling good for quite some time, and we're back. We're doing it. This is what we're doing. It's Rewind. Let's get back to the action. Oh, and, before I forget, I started a podcast with my childhood best friend. It's called Namely 90s. If you want to hear me and him talk about all things 90s for about 30 minutes a week, pick your favorite platform to check it out on, and, find us, namely90s.com. It's a fun lark. If you like listening to my voice but don't like seeing this face, perfect for you. And we take a month in a year and we talk about it, and it's pretty fun. Anyways, namely90s.com/listen, and back to the Rewind. We are bringing back my favorite segment from the past today. We're doing crazy pairings. It's Superb Owl weekend this coming weekend. So I thought we should have some chicken wings. This is a bag of wings from Wingstop. We are going to pair them with some wines. It's the ultimate football appetizer wine pairing episode. Are you psyched? Let's go. So I got this pairing from matchingfoodandwine.com. They suggest using Prosecco, Rosé, or an off-dry Riesling when you're eating some wings. And I don't have any Prosecco on hand because, I don't know, I have a mountain of wine still in the background because I not drank much during 2020. And I figured 2021's first time to get plastered. But of course I don't have any Prosecco, so I'm going to sub in a... See, this is the point where I realized that I didn't chill my California sparkling. In fact, what I did was just leave my pink sparkling wine from Knocking Point, which we reviewed here in the upper right-hand corner somewhere in Season 2. It's the Emily Bett Rickards Knocking Point Rosé Sparkling, which is fantastic. So we're going to keep that. What we have today is a Grenache Rosé from Sextant Wines, the Pacific Coast Pink from Knocking Point, which it's a favorite of mine. I don't know why I don't drink more of it. And finally, a 2014 Smith-Madrone Riesling. I'm aware that my Rosé and Riesling are a little bit older, but I'm mountain of wine. The whole point of Rewine is to get rid of that mountain, and so we're gonna use what I have on hand to try out some pairings and see if they work. For this experiment, I have ordered 2 types of hot wings. We got your original bone-in wings, and underneath, looks like we got some hot wings all in there in Wingstop's, not a sponsor, original hot flavor. Ooh, that's a buffalo wing if I've ever smelled one. And I also have 2 dips, ranch and blue cheese, which I tend to dip the adult chicken nuggets into. Let's get our wines ready, shall we? If you don't remember how to open sparkling wine, there might be a title card up in the top right. If not, just, Google Rewine with bschwitty and sparkling. Should be 5 twists if you twist it in the right direction first, which I did not, to take the cage off. Remember, always keep pressure on the cork or else it'll fly off and not be good. Pretty easy. Remember, you want to pull the bottle away from the cork, not the cork away from the bottle. Well, if you've forgotten how to open screw caps, I don't have any help for you. You may be in need of checking something. Brain function. Much like I don't have right now. And then finally, I'm really sad that I'm going to use this up, but it is a fantastic white Riesling that I got from Smith-Madrone, which was a fun stop up in Napa. Forgive me if I'm a little rusty opening this up. Now, you're having a Super Bowl party. Which kind of wine should you be serving with your chicken wings? Let's figure that out now. Round 1. If you don't remember how to taste correctly, I realize it's been a very long time. What we're going to do is we take a sip of wine, we take a bite, and then we take another sip of wine. It's that easy. It is that easy to pair and taste like a pro. All right, first pairing. So the reason why they said an off-dry Riesling, which apparently this may or may not be, is to counteract that spice. A little sweet will help you undo the hotness. And with 3 out of 5 stars on this chicken wing, it's not going to be overwhelming, but you are going to have a little heat on the back of the palate. Hot ones, hit me up if you want to do some wine and wings interviews, because that would be awesome. But from this, it is actually a really nice pairing. The Riesling, you always suggest having a Riesling with like spicy Thai food, because the elements within a Riesling, the tasting, the flavors in a Riesling really come out when you pair it against spice. Like I mentioned, there's a little bit of heat. There was kind of a pear, lemon, citrus thing going on. It was quite delightful. I think that is a great pairing. We're gonna give that a 4 out of 5. Next up, we're gonna be drinking the rosé. Now, I think the idea behind the rosé is that rosés tend to be refreshing, light. Not overwhelming. They're not going to take focus away from the food. In this case, it doesn't. I've said before that Grenache rosés are not my favorite, but in this case, it doesn't transform the food in any way, which what is most important about wine pairings is that the food and the wine transform together, but it doesn't have a negative transformation either. It doesn't make it taste hollow. It just tastes like a nice bit of wine and food together. Also, chicken being one of the lighter meats, you could pair with a rosé, a heartier rosé. For instance, a Grenache rosé, like we're doing. I guess we'll give this a 3 out of 5. It's not terrible. It's not blowing my mind. We'll stick it at 3 out of 5 and go on from there. This one I'm looking forward to. I've said before that I love the sparkling Pacific Coast Pink. What can I say? I'm a basic B at heart. Let's give it a try and let's see what happens. Cheers. All right. The Pacific Coast Pink was a little more disappointing than I was expecting for this. The bubbles, the effervescence really does not like this spice. It accentuates it, which I don't think is good because it makes it more sharp. The sparkling side of this rosé really falls flat. The yeast kind of comes through. It really clashes with the chicken, and it's kind of greasy, no breading nature for a chicken wing. You know, a chicken wing's more just pure sauce and baked or fried skin. Maybe a little starch, but it's not fried chicken. So those two really clash, the elements there, and I'm gonna have to give this 2 out of 5. And on that bombshell, let's go to round 2, where we are going to be dipping boneless wings. Let's do the abomination first. I've always heard that people don't appreciate people who dip with ranch. The true pairing with wings are blue cheese and buffalo wings. So I'm assuming they're the same type of people that say that boneless wings aren't actually wings either, because technically they're not. But let's piss them off, shall we? All right. For the ranch boneless wing combo with the Riesling, it still does well to transform it, but it is definitely masked by the ranch. The ranch really coats it, but the Riesling really accentuates the garlic in the ranch. It mutes all the fruity and floral elements from the Riesling, and just highlights the garlic and then a little bit of spice on the back end again. I'm not going to give it a 4. I'm going to take it down to a 3. It's an average pairing because while it elevates the ranch elevates ranch. That's nothing new. Now, on to the rosé. Okay. That's not great. On a scale from 1 to 5, I'll give it a 2. The rosé, the ranch doesn't mix well with the Grenache rosé. Again, it overpowers it, but this time it does like a negative transformation in that it attacks what makes ranch good and just makes it feel like soured cream on your tongue. That's a strange sensation. I don't like it. Let's see if the Pacific Coast Pink will redeem itself. All right, so that was much better than before. As you know, the boneless wings, basically just chicken with breading on it. Adult chicken nuggets, as we like to say. So the yeast thing that I talked about before, not going well with the regular wings that don't have breading, it goes better with the sparkling. Which is a brilliant idea. The ranch, still not a great factor, but it isn't muted or it isn't made into be anything terrible. The spice really counteracts well, and I would give this a 3, bordering on a 4. It's not terrible. It's not bad. I think the boneless wings I should have tried on its own. Moving on to round 3, we're going to be doing blue cheese and boneless. Starting with this. Ugh. All right. Up front, I don't like blue cheese. That being said, the the Riesling does elevate the blue cheese in a way that I think is good for pairings. But personally, the flavor is not my favorite. The heat really gets combated both with the Riesling and the blue cheese, if that's what you're looking for. Personally, I don't think that makes it much better than a 3. Yes, transformative. Yes, it's like pairing blue cheese with Riesling, which blue cheese is impossible to pair with, quite honestly. Or at least that in the past, that's what I've said. I'll give it a 3. Next up, we're going to do the rosé. All right, so that, the rosé, don't try that. Don't try blue cheese, boneless wings, rosé. It's not a great idea. The blue cheese really goes sour, and the Grenache rosé is already going to have more of a robust tannic quality to it, even though it's still rosé. It's light, but it has Grenache. At least Grenache from our region tends to have like a sharper side to it, and 2 sharp things together makes a dagger in my taste buds. Sorry, for the Grenache, I'm going to give that a 1. So moving on, let's try the sparkling one last time. Okay, not as good as the ranch, I'll be honest. For the sparkling rosé, I'm going to give that a 2. Like I said, the sparkling, any type of sparkling is probably going to go well with these boneless wings, just because of that yeasty quality to it. That being said, blue cheese is very overpowering. It did not do well with either the Pacific Coast Pink or the Grenache. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5, which means our winner for the pairings, Riesling. If you're doing bone-in proper wings for your Super Bowl party and you want to have the most badass pairing with your wine out there, pick up a Riesling. I highly recommend this one, but do what you want, do what you can find. They recommend an off-dry, but I think that is your go-to. And caveat for all you users out there, if you are going to do adult chicken nuggets instead of proper wings, make sure you go with some sort of sparkling. Do something fun, do Prosecco, do a California sparkling, nothing too expensive. You don't want to be pouring Cristal over your adult chicken nuggets, but like that Pacific Coast Pink, it goes very well as long as you serve ranch, not blue cheese dressing, while the appropriate topping for your buffalo wings. I'm not sure it's the right call if you're pairing wine with these. But if you are, Riesling's the way to go. And that is it for today's episode of Rewind. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Season 3. I don't know how many people are out there, but we've grown from when I last checked in to now by almost 100 subscribers. So I am happy to see you here. And I hope you're happy that I'm back. Remember that you can find me on Instagram at bschwitty or at Rewind Show, and on Twitter as at bschwitty. We're going to be doing Monday through Friday episodes this week, next week, the week after that, and the week after that, and then I'm going to kind of see how March is going. But the plan is February, every weekday, Monday through Friday, we'll have an episode. So make sure you come back tomorrow where we talk about Charbonneau. But this has been Rewind. My name is bschwitty, and as always, I'll catch you next time.